Hey guys, thanks for joining me this week on For All Things Lexington. It's the only show dedicated to Lexington, South Carolina. Here, you'll hear me talk to people, groups, bands, and organizations about where to go, what to do, and who's who in and all around our beautiful Lake Murray. I'm your host, Angela Barrett, and this is For All Things Lexington. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm very excited. I am back with Matt Lyons, and we are here at his new location for Carefree Boat Club. If you remember, it's been probably
About a year.
We did an episode with his Carefree Boat Club on Lake Murray, and now he is moving the location to what, if you've lived on Lake Murray, to the old Spinners is what we
Absolutely.
called it. And it is Lake Murray Resort, and you're going to tell me all about it. I'm excited.
I'm going to do my best to tell you all about it. It's still it's a work in progress. We just closed yesterday on the purchase of it, and we are relocating our Carefree Boat Club that's currently at South Shore Marina to Lake Murray Resort. We will be fully operational as Carefree Boat Club at this location by April 1st. We will continue at the South Shore location for daily rental boat usage. So anyone that wants to come out and just rent a boat for a day will be fully operational there.
Okay.
With a dedicated fleet there, adding new boats to Carefree here at Lake Murray Resort. And then we're currently in negotiations with a couple different operators to bring food and beverage back to the location. So my hope, if things continue on the right path, is by May 1st, we will have some form of food and beverage here available, and revamping the former beach to be a beach again.
Yeah.
So my hope is we make this place super awesome for everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make everyone happy, but I hope to make a good portion happy by bringing something pretty cool back to Lake Murray.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of this lake in every way, shape, and form, and I really want to see more activity going on in the lake, but I need to do my best to make it the right activity. Right?
Sure.
We have some neighbors here that are wonderful people that have asked me, please don't have bands till 3 a.m. So we probably won't do that.
Right.
But I've had...
Not that you should be on the lake at 3 a.m.
Exactly.
I'm not way back here anyway.
I'm convinced nothing good happens after probably midnight. I'm
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So, and I know that y'all have a new yacht.
We do.
Is going to be chartered out as well. So tell me about that.
It is a 38-foot Silverton, and it's got 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. It is located here at Lake Murray Resort currently. We just purchased it about a week ago, and we are going to be doing 2-hour, 4-hour, full-day charters on it, likely doing some Airbnb on the water and at the dock as well. We have renamed it Palmetto Dreams.
Nice.
And you can, I think, our website that's coming soon is Lake Murray Boat Charters, I believe. So you can book it there, or you can book it on forboatfun.com, which is also the daily rental for the pontoons.
Right.
And we'll have this set up where if you're renting it for a charter, we can come pick you up either at your dock or one of the other marinas, if that's closer to where you're at, or you can come here and depart from here.
Similar to what you do with the Carefree Boat Club.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that was going to be my other question. Let's say, like for me, all the way in Lexington, so the closest marina, I guess, would be Jake.
Yep.
So you could come there, and so you didn't have to drive.
Absolutely. Or one of the public boat launches that are out there that have whatever might be closest to you and so forth. And we do have a second Carefree Boat Club location going on the north side of the lake. So we can always pick you up from there as well. What used to be called the Freight Knot is now being reopened. We will be operating as Carefree out of there by April 1st. We are currently selling memberships to that location, and we will happily pick up people from that location on Palmetto Dreams.
So let's back up for the people who did not see Carefree Boat Club episode. So tell us what all is involved with the Carefree Boat Club.
Okay. The best way to look at it, and I know it's called a club, but it's really more of unlimited rentals. You pay one monthly fee, and you come out and use any of our boats as often as you want. In addition to that, you can use boats at 175 other locations across North America, including as close as Lake Norman, Lake Wylie, a couple locations down in Charleston, about 60 locations in Florida. So if you go on vacation and you're part of Carefree Boat Club, you can use boats for free at any of those locations. The best thing about it from a mid-50s dad standpoint is you don't do any of the junk you do when you own a boat. You never have to clean it. You never have to fix it. You never have to maintain it. You never have to pull it out of the water. You literally show up and boat. It's all the best part about boating, and none of this stuff no one wants to talk about.
Right. Well, and I mean, I told you this the first time that we talked about this. The whole reason I don't live on the lake anymore is my husband didn't want to mess with a boat anymore. And I thought, I'm not living out here if we're not going to have a boat. So we moved.
I like to tell people that I save marriages.
Yeah.
Constantly, I see a husband and wife that show up at the boat club, and he wants a center console to do his fishing. She wants a pontoon to go out with their friends and hang out in the bay. The kids want a double-decker with a slide off the back or a bow rider to wake surf on. And you can't find one boat that makes everyone happy.
That's right.
A boat club makes everyone happy. We have all those options available to you. They don't cost any more. It's still that monthly price. And the monthly price to be in Carefree Boat Club is the same as a daily price to rent a boat one day. They're literally the same cost. So you could rent a great pontoon boat for a day, or you could join Carefree Boat Club and use unlimited boating for the whole month. Now, you're going to commit to a year to do that, but okay, you have to boat more.
Yeah. Oh, darn.
Oh, darn. And you don't have to do anymore. I promise.
Right. And you don't have to clean it. That was, and it's not just, it's very important in a boat. The maintenance is tremendous and it's constant. Every time you use a boat, everything has to be cleaned and wiped down.
Yep.
Every single time.
I can tell you last summer at South Shore, 6 people who own a boat that have them slip there came to us last minute that day and said, my family's here, our coolers are packed, we've got our life jackets on our inner tubes, and our boat's not working. Can we rent a boat from you? They own a boat literally within running distance from where I'm at, and they needed to rent a boat that day because their boat wasn't properly maintained. Boats and cars need to be used. A home needs to be lived in. If you let a home sit for 50 years, even if it's locked up tight, there's going to be issues.
Right.
You let your boat sit on the water in a trailer for 3, 4, 5 months.
Yeah.
It's going to have issues that you have to address before you go out. So the biggest problem I find in owning a boat is as the dad of a family, when my kids or wife want to go out on a boat, if I'm not part of a boat club, in my mind, it's not about a great day on the lake. It's about the hour and a half to get the boat ready to go.
Yeah.
The backing up and launching it or getting down to the marina and cleaning it. And then afterwards, everything I've got to do to get it back to where I'm storing it, wherever that might be.
Right.
It takes the fun out of what should be the best part of any day.
Right.
As we have members now who will call me in the middle of the day and say, hey, our plans just fell apart. We're bored. Can we come grab a boat for an hour? Yes. No one who owns a boat goes out for an hour.
Right.
Because you're putting too much effort into it for that hour of flight.
And even for those that live on the lake and, their boat is right there at home, it's still, you get back and there's all of that work. I mean, like wiping, just like the little things, wiping down the seats and making sure there's no food left or spilled beer or
we
still on the boat.
We actually have 3 members that live on the lake or in lakefront communities, and instead of owning a boat, even though they have a slip to put it in, they're part of the boat club because they don't want to deal. Now, they'll sometimes take the boat and keep it overnight at their slip, and we're good with that. As long as there wasn't someone else that reserved it, take it and have fun. We don't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah. So now, again, Carefree will be here and at what we call the old Frayed Knot, and that'll be May over there?
We'll be, yes, by May 1st, probably before, we'll be operating from there. The only delay in operating our second location out of there is getting gas going, which is a bit of it's not a lot of fun. It would be way easier if it was just fill a tank up and pump gas. It's a little more.
And the Tiki Hut is opening back of it.
It is. That's currently under lease to a wonderful operator. They're currently living in the area, but they don't operate a current place in the area. But they were looking for their next place. They've had a couple, and they're going to be open up. They're starting construction right now to do some of the repairs that are needed to increase seating on the shoreline. We're putting in new docks to increase places for boats to park and so forth. So that they're trying to be open by May 1st. Based on the condition of it, I think they will be. The Tiki Hut there is in pretty good shape. The restaurant's in horrible shape, and then that won't be open initially. That'll be kicked down the road till probably next year just because it needs a lot of work. But the Tiki Hut is relatively turnkey. So they will be up and running, serving food, serving drinks.
Right.
If things go to plan by May 1st, if not soon.
We keep saying this location, and for everybody who lives here or is familiar with Lake Worth, they know where the old Spinners is, but give the address to us.
It's 101 Sandalwood in Leesville.
Right.
So it's right on the Leesville, I think, Lexington County line, pretty much, just off of 378. It's 6 minutes west of where we used to be at South Shore.
Right. And you turn right there at the country store. If you know, or if you're familiar with this area, you know where that is too.
And we will there's some old Lake Murray Resort signs there. We will be updating those to help people find us as well. But we are on Facebook and Insta and the other fun stuff to find us.
Right. So there's also your Airbnbs.
Yes.
All right. So tell us about that.
Across the street here, so Lakeview, we have currently 6 what we call cottages. They're set up as duplexes, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, washer, dryer, granite countertops, and all of them. Currently, right now, we have 2 of them completely renovated that'll be maybe on Airbnb today, if not very soon, so that they're available for renting as of March 1st. We have 2 more that are coming that'll be available April 1st. Mm-hmm. And then probably by mid to late summer, we'll have all of them available, plus an additional 7 duplex they're building there as well. So we will have, by the end of summer, 14 Airbnb 2-bedroom, 2-bath places that'll all be water view. They'll all give you free access to the resort and the waterfront, beach, and so forth, along with a place to park your boat and trailer, along with free use of the boat launch as well. And we will have this summer paddle sport facilities. So we'll have across this road over here, which is Price's Bridge Road, I believe. We have a piece of land there that we're putting up a paddle sport business that'll do kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, water bikes. That'll be available for
water bike.
Yeah, you sit on it like a 10-speed, and it's got 2 pontoons. They're super cool. They're super cool. People actually use them for fitness.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's kind of a neat thing. We'll have those over there.
We'll have to come try that.
And I'm actually hoping to get that to a point where we can actually have contests like races and so forth. And what's nice about that bay that it's on, it's a little over 100-acre bay. So it's a pretty nice size bay, and regular boats can't get back there.
Yeah.
So you don't deal with the waves. So we're hoping to get going a stand-up paddleboard yoga class that people can come out and participate in, and they won't deal with any waves or any boats or anything. So we think it's going to be awesome. We hope it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, sounds awesome. Yeah, sounds awesome. So I want to make sure we get the timeline straight. You're carefree. There's been no stop of the boat club or your daily rentals.
Correct.
That's still obviously in progress. And as of right now, you can charter the yacht.
Correct.
And it won't be long, maybe in the next week, you'll be able to rent at least 2. There will be 2 available of the units.
You could technically rent them today.
Okay.
They're just not fully up on Airbnb because my wife, an interior designer who makes it super awesome. I could sleep there right now. You actually just met her. She came in.
Right.
I could sleep there right now. In her mind, we still need 3 more pillows. So things like that.
I get it.
But that is ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so, but you're thinking over here in Leesville, that this will be April.
April 1st will be full-time Carefree Boat Club operating out of here. So by April 1st, we'll have the 2 Airbnbs fully operational, rented, hopefully, and Carefree Boat Club will be out of here.
100%.
100%. Our slips will be rented. So we do have some slips available for people who own boats and want to put in the slip. We do have a few left available still. And then we will have gas at that point here as well.
Okay.
The only thing we won't have here April 1st is food and beverage, which hopefully that'll be in place operating by May 1st here.
That'd be great.
We will be renting this awesome space. We have a little bit of cleanup to do for events.
Yeah.
So we'll have this available immediately for people to rent for weddings, showers, whatever the case might be.
Right.
I believe it's the only on-water event space you're going to find on Lake Murray.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Hopefully people will want to participate and take advantage of that. I didn't want to lose this space to one restaurant concept that change everything because it's super cool and super nice. So my plan is to keep the restaurant and the porch in front for event space while utilizing the place just next door where the beach is for more of a tiki hut, bar and grill kind of thing.
Yes, and that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun when it was opened. Everybody loved the beach because when you come off of the water, you're usually in your bathing suit. In the restaurant, although it was great, was a little formal for that.
So we will in the event space. It won't just be come and rented for your private party. We will do some pop-up events as well. We'll find a chef from somewhere like my favorite place was Private Property. My wife loves their shrimp and grits. Go to a business like that and say, hey, do you guys want to be on the water for one night? We'll do a pop-up with your chef. Go to Hollow Creek Distillery and see if they want to do some sort of sampling and so forth. And so our plan and our hope is to do the rentals for the weddings and rehearsal dinners and also to create events of our own that we can invite people to. So,
yeah, and just that quick, I was thinking, I said, so what if you had, you're like thinking about the girls' bridal party, that you rent.
Mm-hmm.
So several of the cottages.
Yep.
And you're here to get dressed, and then wherever, maybe here if the reception itself. I mean, not the reception, the ceremony, but certainly, and then your clothes are still right there.
Yep.
And the girls minus the bride can, well, unless you just wanted to, that'd be a really bad honeymoon night. But
what we'll have available by the end of this summer, so for sure next season, is we'll have 14 two-bedroom waterfront places that can be rented with the entire space for an event. So you could have a 500-person wedding here and sleep a number of people in the cottages. We will be developing the 7 acres behind the cottages. That'll come down to what Leesville allows us to do. I'd love to put an RV park, which a lot of people want, or a tiny home community, which a lot of people want. I don't know what they're going to allow.
Sure.
Whatever they end up allowing is what we're going to put there.
Sure. Right.
So
that sounds good.
If the bride and groom don't want to go back to their cottage, they can utilize the yacht and they can take that on their honeymoon.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Right. And you're right. I forgot about that. At least the first night.
Yep.
They're going to fly out the next day.
Well, and we're actually going to have it available that we can pull the yacht here to the closest slip and they can use it for photos. They could use it to leave the party. They can, things like that. So it will be available because I think it's kind of cool. Yeah. I didn't get married on a yacht.
Yeah, no kidding. And how many will that legally?
Most of the time it's up to 12, I believe. It'll fit more, but you really don't want to put more on. It'll hold more, but 12 is about what you want on there because of how it's set up.
Sure.
You've got the bedrooms and the space and the cover and all that stuff. 12 is a good number.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Make the guys stay out there and the girls get the cottages.
There you go. Well, and we will have...
All right, I might want the separate bathroom.
There's space up here that used to be an office that'll be converted into a bride's room. There's space over here that used to be additional seating. We're going to convert into a groom's room. So we will have somewhere on site for a bride and groom to get ready.
Right.
Which will just make it more awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it sounds great. I'm excited. All right. Did we miss anything? Because there was a lot to go over.
There was. I apologize. This was my off season. I expected to sleep a lot, and I didn't. I just...
No, you did not.
I did not. And it really just came down to opportunities presented itself.
So say, the first time you've seen your wife and having date? No, just kidding.
Well, she sees me all the time, and she doesn't want to see me most of the time. But it really just came down to opportunities were there, and I live in a world where I think if it makes sense, do it. In my mind... Did this property cost a lot? Absolutely. Did I leverage the heck out of it and do everything I could to make it work? Absolutely. But I've got to believe this is an awesome property people are going to want to participate in.
Well, just the few people that I've told that this was opening back up, and I've told them there was a rumor of Freight Not. I mean, these are people that live on the lake. They're ecstatic.
If you participate in Lake Murray, you want more things to go to. You want more things to do. And I like all the restaurants. A couple of them I love.
Right.
So I'm a patron of all of them. There's not enough.
Right.
This year, I think we had 4 that I could go to on a regular basis.
Right.
That's not a lot.
That's right.
So adding 1 or 2, and I know that Buffalo Creek has gone through some change of ownerships. Their current owner's great. I've met him a number of times. I've eaten at Nacho Margaritas. I think it's awesome. I know he's building a new restaurant, and I hope to see it open soon because it'll be gorgeous and wonderful. And I'm excited. I'm excited when things go on with this lake. A lot of people have lived down here their whole lives, and they've enjoyed this lake. A lot of people are moving here from other areas to enjoy this lake.
That's right.
And it's not overcrowded, and it's not, I grew up on a 140-acre lake in southern Wisconsin where 40 boats a weekend would do the same circle with skiers. That's a busy lake.
Yes.
This right here, you can find places where there's not another living soul.
That's right.
And you can find coves where there's hundreds of people.
That's right.
It is a rare gem that you can find that on the water. I've spent time in Lake of the Ozarks.
Right.
That's a busy waterway. This isn't. This is really, you can make out of Lake Murray whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, it is. And we like to call her Miss Murray, is our jewel. And we do have a lot of people that come here just for that.
Yep.
And they don't necessarily have to live on it. They just want to be near it.
Yep. Just, it's something about when you come from the Midwest or the North and you lose half the year, you can barely walk outside.
Right.
Because it's so cold, you don't want to go anywhere. It hurts. When you move down here and all of a sudden you're like, it's February and I'm in shorts. That's pretty awesome. Like the people that have lived there their whole life won't go out on the water right now. But I've got members from Pennsylvania that were out yesterday because it was nice.
Right. Yeah.
So,
a little windy, but it was nice. But you're right. Other than the fishermen, the people we live here, today it's chilly to me, but to you it is not. And to a lot of people it is not. Of course, I'm cold 365 days a year.
And I'm warm 365 days. I'm built like a polar bear, so that.
So my sister gave me a short word and it says, yes, I'm cold. And I wear it all the time, all year, because I am always cold. So, but I'm excited about this. And when you get more going over on the Frayed Knot side, we'll go over there and show everybody that as well.
Perfect. That would be great because that one is the tiki hut there is already under lease. So they're going to start work shortly. And then we'll be operating out of there shortly. So probably by May would be a great time to be there.
Yeah.
And by then I'll be able to tell you everything that's going on here. And how it's worked out and everything else. So it's exciting stuff. And it wasn't anything that I planned. I didn't move here 2 years ago and say to myself, I really want to buy a resort. That wasn't the plan.
Well, you weren't really even planning to move here, if I recall. It was sort of like
where my daughter looked at Coastal Carolina and she looked at Clemson and we drove by and had lunch at Catfish Johnny's. So if anyone hates me, blame Catfish Johnny. Because my wife and I went there for lunch with our kids and we sat there going, why don't we live in a place like this?
Yeah.
That was our decision.
Beat it.
And fortunate enough, I thank my parents, my family, I thank God that I was in a world where my current position at that time allowed me to move, right? Not everyone is that fortunate. I'm very grateful that I was that fortunate, that we were able to come down here and we don't regret a thing.
Yeah.
People have been awesome. My members have been great. They've become friends and, it really, the area has been accommodating to goofy people from the Midwest. Really, it's, you kind of look at that and you're like, it's a rare world when you really find genuinely nice people in an area that, in our opinion, isn't overpopulated. They don't kill you on taxes and home prices. And I get that everything's relative.
Sure.
But back in Illinois, my property taxes were almost $20,000 a year.
Right.
I don't think you can find that in a primary residence in Lexington.
All of the clients that I have, like in real estate, that move here from other states, the funniest question one is, how cold does it get and how much snow? And I'm like, for a whole question, you want to know how hot it gets. That's the question you need to be asking. But number two, they'll come to me, several months later. You are not kidding. Y'all are some of the nicest people. I'm like, we are. We're from the South. We're nice.
They really are. Like I work with a real estate agent here who's one of the nicest people I've ever met. Lisa Hattie's.
I lost her death. Yeah.
I joined BNI, the networking group, and I've met, I'm gonna say 100 people in that, and they've been wonderful.
Yeah.
Really just genuinely nice people. And it almost doesn't matter if they were born and raised here or they moved here 15 years ago or 2 months ago. It's something about when you're surrounded by other nice people that makes you be nicer.
Yeah.
So I would always say anyone can fit in here as long as you're going to acclimate to how the area is. Because I found it awkward when I moved here and at a gas station, they hold the door open for you. Yeah. Okay, that didn't. In Chicago, you pushed people out of the way to get in there, and you had to fight for your Twizzlers. That really was like, it was off-putting for a moment until I'm like, this is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And everyone's yes sir, no ma'am, and that's not normal up north. And I'm angry with the fact that I didn't move down this way 35 years ago.
We are super excited that you're here, and I'm excited about all that you have going on. I know you're busy, though.
Yeah, well, I try to keep busy.
I would say, but you like to be busy.
I do. It makes me, it keeps me going, and I think no one will ever take over my stuff because no one else will ever do it.
Yes, that's probably.
And my wife, God bless her, deals with all of my issues, and there's a ton. So I literally came home one day and said, we bought a yacht. I did it with 2 friends that were actually members of the club that we all looked at the vote and we all loved it and said, let's figure out how to make it work.
Right.
Got a loan from a bank and it was a lot less expensive than you would think to do it all that way, but hopefully it'll make money. If it doesn't, as long as it doesn't, my investment philosophy is don't lose money, have fun. And if you do those first 2 things, you'll probably make money.
Right.
But if you don't, at least you didn't lose money and you had fun.
It's a win. Right. Yeah. I like it.
Well, that's right or wrong.
Have that philosophy when you live out here on the lake. It's a different lifestyle. And it's very laid back and it's kind of fly by the seat of your pants.
More and more people are embracing that lifestyle too. And I don't know if it's just, again, you acclimate to the other people around or what it is, but more and more of the members we deal with are just laid back, super chill, very happy, and very grateful. I haven't met anyone who's not grateful for the world that they're in right now.
Right.
Even though there's challenges and there's work and there's family and there's all this other stuff, at the end of all of it, you kind of sit around going, yeah, it doesn't get a lot better than this.
Yeah, right.
It's the middle of the afternoon. I'm hanging out with you in a really cool place.
Right. Right.
It's pretty good.
I look at the gorgeous water.
With a great view.
That's right.
Boats and water and all the work I still have ahead of me.
Well, don't think about that part yet.
Yeah, exactly. The good news is I have a good team that hopefully will carry a lot of the weight for me because I'm really bad at doing most things. But I recognize what I'm bad at and try to surround myself with people who are way better at it than me.
Well, I am not capable of doing a good bit, but I am pretty good at going, you're good at that. Can you do this? And then you do that.
Give out all the compliments that you have.
Right. Stand there and be the instructor, who does what. Well, thank you so much. And I'm super, super excited about this. And I know everybody else on Lake Where is too.
Thank you for coming out, for meeting with me again, for promising me we'll meet at Frayed Knot next time.
That's right.
And also for your podcast and what you do. I think it's super awesome. I am one of your listeners, and I'm not going to say you've got 30 billion or 3. I have no clue, but I'm one of them. So I personally appreciate everything you're doing. I think it's great.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to be a guest on the show or know someone you'd like to see on the show, contact me at forallthingslexington.com. That's the number 4, allthingslexington.com.
This episode of For All Things Lexington has been brought to you by Lake Murray Resort and Marina. Check them out at lakemurrayresortandmarina.com and at carefreeboats.com. And by Angela Barrett at homematterssc.com. Building on what matters to you.